Hello, I am YELİZ. Today I am going to perform Daisy Buchanan from The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I said, I hope my daughter will be a fool when she was born. The best thing a girl can be in this world is a beautiful little fool. Because you can really be happy when you're not aware of the things going on around you. When you know a lot, life becomes very difficult for you and you cannot enjoy anything. So I thought, if my daughter became a fool, she could do whatever she wanted rather than living this life I lived. I've always had to listen someone's words in my life. I've done the things that they have always asked me to do. The day before my wedding stands out in my mind. He had sent me a letter. Years later, he wrote to me, my pearl necklace on the other side. At that point, I wanted to leave everything. I wanted to give that precious necklace to Tom. I desperately desired to be with him. Gatsby was his name. I wish I could say I had a change of mind. They wouldn't let me to say anything. All seemed to be ignoring me. I tried so hard to calm down in the top. I drank a lot, cried. And when I calmed down, I realized that the best thing for me was to marry Tom. He could give me the life I wanted. He could give me the comfort. I was used to this life as well, a luxurious life. The next day, I married Tom. When my cousin Nick arrived in Westek, I was paralyzed with joy. One day, Nick invited me for tea, and he told me not to bring Tom with me. I felt delighted and excited, and for a moment I thought Nick was in love with me. Nick then let me in. All over the room was full of flowers. And then the door knocked, and it was him, my love, J. Gatsby. He was looking at me with his hands in his pocket. Told him, I'm delighted to see you. What else could I say after such a long time? He said we met before. Yes, of course we met before. 5 years have passed. There have been so many changes in my life. It was a very different feeling to be together after years. I stared into his eyes. Oh, I could never forget those eyes. Nick came. I was so immersed. I didn't even hear his noise. Gatsby then invited Nick and me to see his house. His house was gorgeous. He showed me the whole house. I was amazed. He then started throwing all the clothes towards me. I couldn't control my emotions. I started to cry. At that moment, I realized that if I married him, I could have both money and love. Jay asked me to live together. He asked me to leave Tom and say I didn't love him at all. I didn't know what to do. Oh, you wanted a lot, Jay. You wanted a lot. I was aware of everything. After all I know, should I stay with Tom after I know Tom's mistress? Or be with Gatsby after all of those horrible things Tom said about Gatsby? Oh, you want so much, Jay. You want so much. All these parties, your wealth was for me. But what about me? I'm married to Tom. I have a daughter. I've had a different life, but he kept forcing me to tell Tom right away. Why don't you wait? Why you force me? Why couldn't you stop? I said this is too much. I said I love Tom, but also Gatsby. None of them listened to what I said. No one cares what I wanted. So I don't care what everybody thinks anymore. I thought about it and realized that Gatsby never asked me what I wanted. He forced me to stay with him. Was it so hard to ask what I wanted? I want to make my own choices for once. I'm tired of people making choices about me. Gatsby, my love. I once believed you loved me, but now you have changed a lot. You don't love me as I am. You love me the way you wanted me to be. So I choose Tom. This is the best for me. I can continue the life I used to live. Goodbye, my love, J. Gatsby.